So now the Chazon Ish says humans, a tipesh libo, they're stupid hearts they have. They're generally oblivious of the host of forces that are standing guard and working tirelessly and continuously to sustain their lives. People are completely oblivious of the amount of miracles that happen every single second that you breathe. The fact that there's air in the world enough for all of us to breathe is unbelievable. It really is. You think about it. A few generations ago, there was less people than today. And a few generations before that, there was less people than then. And so on and so forth. But yet, no matter how much the world grows in population, whether it's 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, there is always precisely the right amount of oxygen in the world. That's unbelievable. Why? Anyone that understands a little bit about the mechanics of the world knows that if there is a little bit more oxygen than what we have right now, the world becomes flammable. You light a cigarette, boom! Not boom for you, boom for the whole world. Meaning that no matter how much the world has grown in population, HaKadosh Baruch Hu systematically and methodically and with his infinite wisdom made sure there's always the right amount of air. No one is, no one. Everyone has the right amount of air. Everyone has it, no problem, Yishtabach Shemo. That's a miracle. The fact that you could eat, no matter how many people always worry about, oh, there's not going to be enough food, coronavirus. Who starved to death? You know who starved to death? People in hospitals. Because of some wicked nurses that are racist or against people or just sick-minded. One Jewish guy, died in a nursing home, but he left a letter they found in his pocket. His son found it. He saw the letter. He says, my son, I want you to know, I didn't die from coronavirus. I died because they starved me for 3 days. The starvation killed me, not coronavirus. This was din from Shamayim. Suffering is going to help him in Olam Haba. Surely it's depressing, surely it's horrible, but Rabotai, no matter how many people complain and cry about it, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if he wants to give us food, he'll give us food. If he doesn't want to give us food, he's not going to give us food. People worry, no, I'm going to store up, I'm going to buy everything, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to do... You don't have to worry about anything. If you're going to starve, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going to happen. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu decides that a person is going to starve, you're going to starve. If a person is going to decide you're not going to starve, you're not going to starve. What's the proof from the Torah? The time of Elisha Hanavi, there was famine in the world. There was famine. You know what famine is? Famine is there is no food. Not you can't buy it on Amazon. There's no food. One family, 10 people, 1 potato. If they're rich. If they're rich. My grandfather, God bless him, had a family, and he not only had his family, his kids, my mom and her sisters, I think there were 7, 8 among them, plus the parents, 10 people, plus the grandparents. Came home, 1 egg. Gave egg. Here's the egg for the kids. 8 kids, eat 1 egg. And he gave 1 egg to his wife, to my safta. 1 egg. She said, okay. He said, eat it though. Saba Gibli, Mischuto Yagen Alenu, Tzaddik. Eat it though. Because you know you have to take care of the kids, pregnant and so on. No, take it. Okay. Eat it though. Okay. She didn't eat it. What'd she do? She gave it to her parents. Fast another day. That's famine, everything. That's not food. We complain, I don't have the right granola bars in the house. What am I going to eat? Cereal again? What do I have? Cocoa flakes, Poco flakes, Tuku flakes, 8 different flakes of cereals. Cereal again? Did you buy milk? Yeah, it's fresh. Okay, Chalav Yisrael? Okay, fine, all right. They complain because they don't have the right granola bar. They complain because they don't have the right this. That's what we complain about. The time of Elisha Hanavi, there was no food, period. Then the prophet said, that's it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says there's going to be food. So much food that tomorrow there's going to be so much food that the value of food will drop by 99%. Meaning there's going to be so much of it that it's going to be like sand. You're going to go from no food at all, where to buy a potato, you have to give a house. Either a house or potato. Now it's going to go the opposite. It's going to be like enough food that it's going to be like sand. Now one of the Gdolim over there, one of the politicians over there, started laughing at Elisha Hanavi. Come on, new prophet. Listen, I understand you're a holy person and everything, but don't you think you're exaggerating a little bit? What did you learn from Rabbi Reuven? Exaggerating a little bit? No, okay, let's say you're right, and let's say something comes tomorrow, a few people are going to get some potatoes, but no, it's going to go down. You have to add the extra umph, the screaming, you have to say it 99% down. Oh, no, come on, Elisha. Elisha Navi looks at him and he says, Rasha, you don't believe in Hashem, and because of that, you're going to see the food, but you're not going to benefit from it. Why? You don't have emunah in Hashem. The next day, this politician is walking outside the camp. He starts seeing the two people that were kicked out of the camp because they had sarat. They're running towards the camp. They're not allowed to come to the camp, but they're running towards the camp. Come, come, come. What do you want? The enemy just disappeared. The enemy that was surrounding the city disappeared, and they left everything there. There's a huge amount of food. The people heard it, and they all started running around. They ran over this politician. He saw the food, but he didn't benefit from it. Why? No emunah in Hashem. No emunah in Hashem. So it's important that we know in the Torah there are many places. In the Chumash alone, there's no less than 10 places that HaKadosh Baruch Hu rebukes the people for not having emunah in Him. Why? Because emunah is part of the ideology. People are worried so much about starving and this and that. The reality is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu decides all of this. He decides what parnasah you have. This is one of our 10 remembrances. Every day you have to remember HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives parnasah, gives parnasah. This doesn't mean you should just live on a miracle and just say, no, I'm just going to, I have what? I have one piece of bread? No, Hashem's going to send me man. No, no one's saying to do that. You do your ishtadlut, you go to the store, you be normal and so on. But don't go crazy. And if you are going crazy, then at the very least work on your emunah. Say, okay, I'm crazy still. I still don't have any emunah. My emunah is a little baby emunah. I'm still stacked enough food for 10 years in my house. No, okay, fine. But at the very least, what I learned from this, I have no emunah, so I'll work on the emunah. So hopefully, I'll buy less next time. You can be realistic with yourself. It's not you don't have to punish yourself for not having emunah, but be realistic to work.